Hey everyone, it's Andrew here. In today's video, I want to talk a bit about why YouTube is such an important platform to me. And this was inspired by this recent advert I saw that's posted by the BBC of what has the BBC ever done for me. This was shown during the World Cup final on the BBC. Now, I didn't watch the World Cup final on the BBC. I watched it on Fox Sports. No, I use like a VPN, so I watch like the American sports channels and all that. So I much prefer their commentary. I know the Americans get a bit much, but I much prefer that to some of the punditry in like the UK channels like the BBC and ITV. I much prefer to watch the American this time round because the BBC I remember it's been quite a while since I watched any like international sport. I'm not really like a football guy, so I thought I really can't like put up with like watching the BBC and all this ITV bollocks now. So I thought I'd just check out Fox Sports for the first time, and actually I was quite pleasantly surprised. I actually really liked it, and when it comes next time around, I might actually watch them again. I don't know. I just had to see. But anyway, I saw this recent advert by the BBC. I watched this on YouTube because I saw everyone that was talking about it. It had Romish Ranganathan and like loads of different stars on it, and you asked the audience basically, what has the BBC ever done for me? Now, I don't really watch mainstream TV that much anymore. Like, it's just really crap. Like, I just find it really boring. I've tried to get back into it, but it's just the program is just not that good anymore. Like the Doctor Who crap, and usually like Strictly Come Dancing, that doesn't appeal to me. Like, it doesn't feel like programs are made for me. It feels like it's made for an audience that's not there anymore. That's died off like a few years ago. Like, and the BBC is still acting like the audience is still alive. They're not. They moved on to like YouTube and other platforms, and they just haven't moved it on with the times. And being because I've got like right wing like political views on the BBC, they always like condemn like right wing people, and it like demonizes you like you're a bad person. So why would I watch something that's against what I am? And you see it a lot of the other channels as well, like ITV. I find that a really woke channel. Like I like to watch Big Brother on ITV, but I used to watch that quite a lot. But when I watch that now, it's like the kind of people on there, like, really, is that's not the kind of people you see in real life. It's just feeding their narrative onto the channel, and Channel 4. That's just. I used to really like watching like lots of these comedies on Channel 4 and the BBC, but they don't make them anymore. Like, it's all like this woke crap. Like, you get like people like Rosie Jones, or like especially like these diversity hires that are not funny. It's just there because they've got a disability, or I don't know, there's some kind of about trans, or like I remember like not so long ago. I think it's like last month. It was like Pride Month. The whole of Channel 4 was just like shows about gay pride and all that. And like, if you want to bring in like a big audience, don't just cater for one type of person. Like, if you want to talk about that kind of topic, just leave it for like a day or so, not for a whole month. And it just feels like so much. You just like catering to everyone, you just catering to nobody, and it's just it's just gone too far of it. Like we didn't have that problem before. Like, there's loads of like diversity. Like, you had like shows like Chatty Man, and you got Graham Norton, all that kind of stuff. But like, nowadays, I really don't care about like this celebrity gossip, or like, I just want to watch like real people and you don't see that on mainstream TV anymore. And like the news, I just don't trust. Like there's so many times I watch the BBC News and what they've reported isn't true. Like the whole Trump situation. Like I'm not a fan of Trump. Like he has said some barbaric things and some things about the, because I'm quite patriotic towards the UK. Some of the things that he said are quite false. So I don't really like him because of that. And some of the things he gets involved internationally, I don't agree with. But when he says something that's untrue, then why are the BBC going against that? Like they should be the news. They should be mutual, not have like any kind of bias towards any political party. And you shouldn't. They shouldn't be condemning anyone that's left leaning or right wing or like right leaning. Like they should have like a middle stance. But I don't see that. Like when you watch like Newsnight on like what's her name, Fiona Bruce, it's obvious that she's left leaning. Whatever's a right wing politician like Nigel Farage, for example, they always like going hard on him. But now he's come more popular, and he's like, they used to see him as like far right, like use like the terms far right to condemn like these people would have like alternative viewpoints. But now it's come more mainstream. They don't call him far right, so they just call him like the leader of the Reform Party. Now they look at other people, they call them far right instead, like Tommy Robinson, and you get like the Restore Party leader and Rupert Lowe. Now they call him that. They kind of like move it on to someone else. Like it's always they're always looking for someone to blame, and it's also they don't report on what you want to report on. Like this grooming gang things that I've seen being talked about, they don't talk about that whatsoever. Or like certain like the things that's happening in Nigeria, like Christians being attacked there, they don't report about that whatsoever. And because I travel quite a bit, wherever they do report on certain subjects, like things about in Syria and Lebanon and other places like that, where places I've been to, and I can see, hang on a sec, I've actually been there, and what they say is not true. Like, and like defending like this disgusting ideologies. They're not. It's not full of the British people. It's like they're scared to offend non-British people. Like they're against the British, against their own country's people. And it just makes no sense. So like, I could say, okay, if this isn't for me, then I'm not going to watch it. But that now they're starting this new law where they're trying to insert it into YouTube. Now I come to YouTube to get away from that. Like I just want to watch ordinary people on YouTube talk about their lives, and you can actually see if something's real or not. Like, I don't know, if it's about like a politician, if like the mainstream media are talking about, oh, this politician's done this, this, and this. I want to be going to YouTube or any other social media platform and to see if what they're saying is true or not. And I said, oh, hang on, what they're saying there isn't true. It's just, and they about places as well, like certain countries. Like I say, if I've been there, and if I can go online and look at people that have gone there themselves, or people actually from there, and speak for themselves, rather than some kind of elitist telling me what you should think about this place or people or whatever. And it's just really like retarded way of thinking, and it just shows you that the BBC are just trying to cover up. They don't want you to know the actual truth. They want like an alternative truth. Like because with Trump, he's always pointing out fake news, and the BBC are against that. Now they're doing the same as Trump. What Trump was condemning them of being, and like all that, they're doing themselves. It's completely hypocritical, and you cannot trust them whatsoever. Like you got like these paedophiles like Jimmy Savile and Hugh Edwards and all these people that are done these horrible things working for BBC. So how can I trust this this? And I like when I sit down after a long day, like all I want to do is relax. I don't want to be told how to think, and I don't want to be demonized constantly. Why would I want to turn on to a platform that's going to keep doing that to me? I go to YouTube and be able to think for myself, or rather like best thing about YouTube, it's a free platform, so it's free thinking. No matter what you think, like if you're left or right wing, like if some right wing, want to be able to see the opposite side as well. And same thing, like if you're left, you should be able to look at right wing politics as well and think for yourself. Like you don't need a mainstream like BBC whatever to tell you how to think. Like it's just really annoying. Now, this constant talking point that I keep hearing about is the manosphere within the mainstream media. Now, if you know what the manosphere is, it's basically these group of toxic men who trash on women, and I do agree that it's completely wrong and barbaric and misogynistic. I think it's absolutely disgusting. But what you never hear about in any mainstream media or any channels is how women are causing men's mental health to be bad. And that's my own experience. We've always been told that it's other men's fault. And I can say it's not, because as a man who's tried to commit suicide and had a lot of mental health problems, one of the main contributors to that was women treating me like shit. And I don't see that being talked about whatsoever in the mainstream media. So if we want to bring men back into watching mainstream TV, then we have to address what the actual causes are. And if we feel like we're not being listened to, then why should we? I just feel like the mainstream has just been too feminized at the moment. Like I think it should be a balance. Yes, I think women should have their issues being talked about as well, like how men are treating them badly. Yes, we should have that, but the other side as well. And I just feel like I'm not wanted. So when I look for avenues where I can hear other men talk about themselves honestly, the only platform I can see doing that is YouTube from other men, and that's what I want to hear. So, and you don't see that. Like it's like the majority of the programs I see is just women. It's like loose women. You go on any daytime chat show, it's all women, women, women. Like all these like masculine shows you knew before, like hosted by men. It's all replaced by women. Like it doesn't feel like you belong. And I just feel like the mainstream media has just come to feminize. Like it's just programs made for women, targeted at women, not for men. So push them out. Where am I gonna go? YouTube. YouTube's the only platform that's actually speaking to real men. Now, the danger of that is there are gonna be people taking advantage of that, like these Andrew Tates and all this, which I try to stay away from. Like I know, like I don't want to be like being horrible to women and stuff. There's loads of great women in my life, so I want to stay well away from that. But I can understand why a lot of these young men, like younger than me, can get into that if they see like this demonization and they see this praise, this well fake praise, then they will go for that. But no, I have many different interests, and two of those big interests that I do have is video games and traveling. Now, whenever I think about buying a new video game, the first thing I go to look at is YouTube. I go and type in the game, watch trailers of it, watch other people's reviews, there's normal people playing it. What I never see is the mainstream talk about video games. Why? Because it takes your attention away from their shows onto different entertainment. They don't want that. They want your attention completely on them. And that's why they would never do that. And when you talk about traveling, like it's always some celebrity like you don't give a shit about. What you want to hear is from a person from the country, or like just an ordinary person. I don't give a shit about some celebrity. Like there's so many like bullshit celebrity shows on nowadays, like Dance on the Ice, Strictly Come Dancing, all this crap. Why do I care? All I want to see is regular people. And like I like shows like Big Brother and these old reality shows back in the day. It's not the same anymore because the times has moved on. It doesn't work. And if you want to see real people, go on YouTube. Like that's the best way to see people like that. It's just no, I just don't want to be talked down to, and no, I just want to be able to think for myself. It's just a shame how things turned out really. Like they don't have to change too much. They just need to go back to what they liked before, like the kind of shows they used to make. They don't have to keep changing constantly and making this little woke propaganda and like have this stupid agendas. I just get fed out of it. Like your job's to entertain me. If I'm not entertained, no, sorry, I'm not watching. And the whole TV license, I just think it's a waste because why am I gonna pay for something I'm not using? Like, there's more entertaining things out there. Like I can go on Amazon Prime and I can find much funnier stuff on there, like Last One Laughing, and find a lot of stuff on YouTube. Like the most funniest things I find are things in real life, and you just find on YouTube just people just talking normally. And when you just watch mainstream, it's so orchestrated. You know it's not real. Like you know someone's told them to say that. It hasn't come out their mouth naturally. So and you see that constantly. Like the shows like Last Leg. I used to watch that quite a lot, but now that's just full of like loads of woke comedians. It's all the same narrative over and over again. It comes too preachy that I don't bother whatsoever. So I never watch Channel 4. Like I think I know you talk a lot about BBC, but at least with BBC they have at least have some good shows on there. Like they make a lot of like good nature shows like David Attenborough, and the traitors are okay, but when you look at Channel 4, what's on Channel 4? It's just a load of crap. So if that channel goes, I really don't care. And ITV are quite terrible. They have like loose women. Why do I want to watch a show where I'm gonna get preached to by a bunch of middle-aged women? Like I'm I'm like a 35-year-old man. Like what they need is like bring back men to mainstream TV, and they're just basically like saying men are da 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 da, men are da 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 da, men are da 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 da. And I'm like watching this like, oh, men all this are they? Okay, I'll go then. And then the men, oh, where's all the men gone? Why are they watching TV? Well, you were saying all this stuff about us. Like, why would I want to stay somewhere where like I'm gonna get slagged off constantly? Like if you go to someone's house and they're treating you like shit, you'll just leave, won't you? It's just the same thing with like TV. Like treating like shit, I'll go, well, I'm welcome. And yeah, and if they don't change, like it's gonna get worse. Like I'm not surprised why so many people are cancelling. Like and like yeah, the only thing I really watch is like sports really. And like I say, I prefer to watch American TV because at least like their commentary is much better. Like they actually say what they think and they're not scared, and they don't preach to the audience like some of the commentary on there. Like there was that Haynes something is like this fat blonde woman. I saw a bit on like the ITV coverage. Like what the fuck, man? Like why do I give a fuck about your opinions? Just you're presenting football. Like fuck off. Like so those are just some of my thoughts of why I don't watch much mainstream TV anymore and why I prefer watching YouTube. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Like I probably watch a few programs. If there's like a comedian on a program I like, I might watch it. Or I know it's gonna be some kind of sporting event that's tied to a channel or something like that. Then yeah, I probably will. But probably probably just happy watching YouTube or playing video games, because that's what I've been doing most of the time anyway, and I don't really see that changing. But anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye.